What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with my 1996 Chevy Camaro Z28 that I got for practically nothing. The thing wasn't supposed to even really run or drive. If I remember correctly, it was a non-runner, non-driver, air ride suspension, completely collapsed on the ground, and we hauled it home. Found out that it does run, it does drive, it's got rotten tires, it's got hideous wheels, and the air suspension does work, but it leaks, and it leaks out pretty quickly. So today, the goal is to swap out the wheels and tires with some stockers, the good old 16-inch Camaro wheels, and hopefully, I feel like we're going too far, but hopefully, maybe, it's already on the lift. Maybe we can get it up in the air and try to figure out what's going on with the air suspension, and with any luck, I'm hoping we can fix it. I would much rather fix the air suspension than have to contend with replacing it with stock parts. They probably chop things up, but either way, we're gonna get underneath it. We're gonna find out what they did. We're gonna put some different wheels and tires on it. And at least at the end of this video, the car is gonna be a little bit better than it was when we started. And to start the video out, we got my 2002 Chrysler Prowler over here that, this one, I've told you guys before, leaving cars parked and sitting for months at a time is no good, man. No good for cars at all. This thing's got sub 50,000 miles on the odometer. It's a good runner, man. Good, solid runner driver. I daily drove this for a while. It's a fun car. It's rough. It rides like, I don't know, like an Amish cart or something. It's not something you would probably want to daily drive for long, but I did, man. It doesn't leak anything. It runs and drives great, or at least it did. And then today, I went to start it because I'm moving some of my cars around. I do like to come out and start them and move them from time to time, and, well, this one's already going to Barrett-Jackson, and we found out today that the hood struts don't work, the battery was dead, and the transmission was in limp mode with a check engine light. It's car things, man, car things. Thankfully, I've got the battery on charge. I do believe the battery's fine. I think the battery's going to come back to life. It's already almost 75% charged up. I ran a diagnostic on it. We got a couple codes for an input speed sensor, and the one that caught my attention was a code for low power to some relay circuit for the transmission. Bingo. So I cleared the codes. We got the battery charging. The code did not come back. We still need to take it for a test drive. I don't know if we'll be able to do that in this video or not. If the battery gets charged up enough and I feel like it's okay, we'll try to take this thing out on a little test drive and just make sure that the transmission's okay, because this car, along with the Cobra, the 97 Cobra, and the Viper truck, the like 05, 04, 05 Dodge Ram SRT 10, these are all leaving here in just a few days, like literally a few days. These cars are out of here and they're heading to Scottsdale, Arizona, where they're going to be in the Barrett-Jackson auction on that Friday. You can clearly see that I did replace the hood struts. I had ordered them for this. I just forgot to put them on. Needless to say, when it came time to charge the battery that's sitting down there, I remembered that I had hood struts for it, and I went ahead and replaced them. Cool car, man. I love this thing. I also love my Z28 because it was cheap. This car was not cheap. That's a $20,000+ car. This one I got for like $3,000 or under, something like that. And I found these wheels and tires on Facebook Marketplace. The guy was in Oklahoma City, and he said it would take $200 for him. He said the wheels are good, but the tires are bad, and he only had one center cap. Well, I found the center caps for it. They were $60. So total investment, and I have 5 center caps now because it did come with one. Total investment in the wheels, tires, and center caps, $260. Not bad. And when he said the tires were no good, I expected they were going to be cords hanging out bald, but they're not. Dry rotted, they're not. They're not. These are the stock size. These are 245. These are symmetrical, so they're not staggered. 245/50 ZR16s. And the best part is the tires, these are Goodyear Eagle RSAs. These are good tires. Now, I'll be the first to admit the tread's low, okay? But none of these tires, although I would say you don't have long before you need to replace them, none of these tires are bad. Like, there's thousands of miles, not much more, but thousands of 5, 6, 7,000 miles, 10 tops. You've got a few thousand miles on these things, and that's all I need for this car. I need something other than these dry, rotted tires. You can't drive on these. I mean, going 10 miles on this thing was, honestly, that was dangerous. Look at this. You could fit your whole fingernail inside of these cracks, man. I mean, these things are ready to go. I just noticed we're missing some lug nuts, so that's great. I think the lug nuts that are in here Hopefully they're stockers, and hopefully they'll fit these wheels just fine. But I think this is going to change the whole look of the car. So let me air up the front suspension, because while we've got the wheels off, we might as well look around the airbags and try to figure out what's going on. All right, I turned off all of my air conditioning units so it'd be much quieter in here. I can already tell you, standing under this thing, even when the air conditioners were on, I swore I heard. Yeah, I can hear it leaking. Sure can. Where's it coming from? Maybe not. So here's the setup we've got right here. I don't know enough about this generation of Camaro to know if this is the basically the stock setup for the springs and they just shoved an airbag assembly in here. Is this a direct replacement, or did they alter the perches so that they could fit this in here? You know what I mean? That's what I'm concerned about. Are these the factory perches if we need to go back with stock springs, or maybe some slightly lowering springs, you know what I mean? It does still retain the shocks on the back, which is good. I'm glad to see that it's got shocks. We've got the hoses routed, just drilled through parts of the body, the inner structure. They wrap around, they go over here, comes through this hole here at the top there. Hopefully you can see it. And it runs through, where does it go? There it is up there. Where does it go to? Right there, right inside here. So at least now we have an idea where we need to look and just trace those lines back, at least for the rears. Here's what I'm going to do, just real quick. I'm going to spray some of this on the bags and just see if we get any bubbles. I don't see anything from the bottom. I'd bet you money any leaks we have are going to be coming from those crappy rubber lines. I can hear it leaking, guys. I'll tell you something. It sounds like it's actually leaking in the trunk, in the hatch. That's where it sounds like it's leaking from. Let's move up to the front. Let's see what we got here. Again, I don't know if this is still on a factory setup. Take a look. We'll take the wheel off. We'll get a closer look at it, but you guys tell me if this looks like the factory setup to you. It looks like we got one bolt on either side of this air strut right here. And it says Ride Tech. Yeah. Goodness. I mean, the bag's fully inflated. I've got these things aired up as high as they'll go. We're just going to need to take the tires off to get a better look at this thing. Same thing over here. Something Master Series. I don't know. Oh, I hear it leaking. It leaks and then quiets down. Leaks and quiets. This thing may just be leaking from everywhere. I also notice a few things going on under the engine here. Number one, engine looks good, no leaks. I mean, it is completely dry under here, but the first thing I noticed was we were missing some things. Catalytic converters, gone. There are none. As you can clearly see, the other converter I think would have been right here in the middle, and you'd had one converter up there as well. So both catalytic converters are missing. Go into your Y pipe here, single exhaust, ginormous, probably 3 inches or so. Then it runs over the axle into this, which is a Flowmaster. This is a Hushmaster 2. Hushmaster 2 by Flowmaster. All right, well, and we have a 10-bolt rear end. So underneath it looks great, guys. Like the pans, there's no rust. This is a zero rust car. I mean, look around. Trailing arms are in great shape on both sides. I mean, I'm shocked at how good everything looks under here. Transmission, super clean. Super clean, man. I mean, everything under here actually looks really good. We've got an aftermarket starter assembly right there. This whole thing, control arms, I'm glad to see the control arms are factory. I was really worried that someone got in here and just tore it up. My biggest concern, though, is how this air suspension is mounted, because I'm thinking the more I look at it, the more I feel like we're going to have to come in here and gut this whole, not the whole suspension, but the air ride. I think we're just going to have to come in here, rip it out, throw some aftermarket springs or some factory springs and struts in place here. I hear it leaking. I can't figure out where it's coming from. Tires, date code is 16th week of 2010. 2010. This is 2025. So, yeah, tires need to be replaced as well. Everything under here, guys. This looks really good. This looks really good. The first major issue with the car is these hideous wheels and the fact that these tires are 100 years old. All right, they need to go. We're going to take care of that now. Let me get this front end up in the air. Let's start with the front, see if maybe we just have a leak at a connection point on the airbag assembly. But either way, I almost hate to send this car down the road on these airbags. I would much rather put it back to factory ride height with factory struts, factory coil springs, and factory wheels and tires. All right, so let me show you what we're looking at here. I want to tell you, man, I do love the air suspension aspect of this car. It makes it kind of unique, you know, the fact you can slam it down. But let's be real here. This is not really a car that I feel like should be slammed. You know what I mean? This is a sports car. And lowering springs, sure, if you want to, you know, lower your ground clearance and improve the handling characteristics for racing or whatever, absolutely. But this right here, I want to show you guys something. Take a look at the bags. They're literally touching the spindle. Okay? That is no good. If they don't leak now, they will. These are adjustable too. There's the air hose. I've already found an air leak, and that's in the trunk at the tank where these lines assemble. And these are crappy lines, man. These are just those really thin plastic ones. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this looks like all the factory hardware for the original struts. I think. I'm fairly certain it is. I think this all, you just put another set of struts in the front and they bolt right up. The rear, I'm not sure about. We're going to get the rear tires off and we're going to take a closer look at that. I'm hoping that they didn't do anything crazy to the rear either, but it looks like to me, and I already found a factory, they're the orange ones, the factory struts with 60,000 miles, along with factory shocks to go with it too. So we'll have a matched set of shocks and struts with springs, and then I found a used set of used set of coil springs for the rear. I really think as long as nothing's hacked up in the rear, this should be relatively straightforward to swap out and just put the factory suspension back on it, guys. It's not that hard. It's only going to cost me, I don't know, the used struts and shocks are like $130 for all four. And then coil springs, used rear springs for this are like $55. I'll probably need some perches, some new isolators or something for the rears. But other than that, like, I don't think we're going to have more than $200 into this. And another thing that concerns me about air suspension is that, well, you can't see, it's so damn dark, but that air compressor back there, man, that thing's holding 150 PSI of pressure all the time. Okay, that is a tank, an aluminum tank it looks like, with 150 PSI sitting right behind your head. Anything could go wrong. You know what I mean? I feel like going back factory is probably the way to go. I know the car is high mileage. I know it's probably not worth much more than what I paid for it, but I feel like it's going to be safer and it's going to be better. So why not? If it means we got to throw a few $100, $200 or $300 into it, then let's do it. Let's do the labor and let's just get it done. Now, on this side, I noticed we were missing a lug nut on both wheels on this side. And I was like, what the hell? Then I come over to this side and we got all the lug nuts. Well, let me tell you why. Because this car had locking lug nuts. And yes, I already scoured the car. No key. No key. Thankfully, I only had to remove two because these were a major bear. I've got a master key set for these, but as usual, my master key set did not have these. The master key set that I have never has what I need. So I ended up beating a 7/8 socket onto this, and then it took me forever whacking it to get it off, and I had to do that times 2. So I'm gonna need 4 OEM lug nuts for this. Okay, now that we know what we're working with, no big deal. I have no problem just cutting the air suspension out of this. I really don't. Let's take this wheel. All these tires are completely flat. I'm guessing they've been off the road for a while. I wonder what the date code. Do we even have a date code on these? They can't be more than 25 years old, right? Maybe. Where's the blah 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 blah? There. Oh, DOT 4BW9. Let's try that again. Maybe it's on this side where it actually shows what it is. No, I don't see it. Okay, so these tires are probably pretty damn old too, but they're better, far better than the ones that we had. Let's get these things thrown on. Let's see what it looks like. Well, in that short time that the car was sitting here, the front end collapsed. This would be a good time while I'm waiting on the air suspension to air up to, let's see if we get the AC working on this. Just want to shoot a little Freon in it. You'll see what it looks like when we're done. But I mean, these wheels, the wheels that are on it now, they stick way out. Looks kind of messed up. These wheels tuck way in. They fit really, really nicely. I love the factory look, the factory wheels. We're gonna get this thing up on the front end, raise it up because my jack is stuck underneath it. But for now, let's turn on max AC. It's not gonna come on. Let's find the low side. Hopefully it's somewhere easy to get to out here. Let me get, nope, there it is. There it is, yeah. Low side should be right here. It's gonna be R134. Let's open, oh my gosh, wow. Let's open that up. Let's put a gauge on this thing real quick. We're just gonna throw a El Cheapo on it over here. I think I've got, what is this right here? Probably got some stop leak in it. All seal, yeah, super seal, perfect. Of course, there's no gauge on it. That's fine. We'll put the stop seal in first and then we'll check it, because I can promise you, she probably ain't got nothing in her. All right, here we go. Let's just let her charge up a little bit. With any luck, AC will come back to life. Easy as that. AC came right back to life. We got some stop leak and a couple cans in it. And she's sitting pretty good, right where you'd want her to be. Let's find out with an old school thermometer here how good she's doing. Got the body lifted up again. Oh, that actually feels pretty damn good, guys. That feels decent. Let's stick it in here. And it's got a little green dot right around 40 degrees, and that's where you want it. We're dropping already from 80, 70, 60, and this is at idle. Is that where it's gonna stay at, is 60? I was hoping we do a little bit better than that. Maybe we need to shoot just a little more Freon in it. Slowly but surely, she's dropping below 60. I don't know, guys. To me, it feels colder than that. Let's stick it in this one. See if it makes any difference. We'll give her a minute to kind of acclimate and see if it gets any better. But it seems like right now it's holding right around 60. We may need to shoot just a little bit more in her. All right, we got the temperature dropping like a rock now. It was sitting at 50 degrees when I left it. The cooling fan was not turning on. It would come on when the temperature went up, but it would not turn on with the air conditioning. So I don't know if it's on for the AC now or not. It must not be. Let's give it a little rev. I know you guys probably can't even see where it's at. It's sitting about 56 degrees when I rev it up. She'll drop down to about 50. And that's just where it's at, man. That's just where it's at. But I'd be willing to bet you that the cooling fan's no longer on. And that's why the temperatures are climbing. Yeah, cooling fan's not on. It comes on with the temp sender when the engine gets to a certain temperature, but the cooling fan's not coming on for the air conditioning. That causes all this Freon that's circulating to get hot. It actually starts kind of overheating, and you'll never get ice cold air conditioning like that. So that's another problem for another day. We got to figure out why the cooling fan doesn't come on when you kick on the air conditioner. Right now though, I'm going to tell you this, Even at 50 degrees, it feels damn good. Yeah, that AC really does. It feels damn good. Turn off the air conditioning. Kick it back on. I'd love for this cooling fan to come back on. No. Nope. All right. Like I said, another problem for another day. Current problem is, let's shut this thing off now that it's got my shop good and hot. Let's get this thing back up in the air. I'm gonna close these doors and I'm gonna close this hood. That AC is good enough, man. When you're driving, it'll be ice cold because you got all that airflow going through it. But at a standstill, no, it's gonna get kind of warm on you kind of quick. Let's get those last two wheels on, guys, and then let's call this a day. All right, there she is on the ground. There's the factory wheels, the new factory wheels. I agree with you guys. It seems like parts of the car are different colors. It could be because parts of the car are metal and parts are plastic. Fenders are plastic. Hood is metal. Plastic. That may be plastic. Actually, I think this is a plastic cover too. Plastic is one of those things that over time, you know, it just starts looking different colors sometimes, you know, not always, but sometimes. So I'm not sure, maybe this car was in an accident, maybe it was repainted, maybe not. You may notice I got all of the, whatever that juice that was spewed all over this car, I got it all off. I sat here with alcohol, that did not work hardly at all. So I ended up using Wesley's bleach white, or I think it's called Black Magic bleach white now. Spray it on, then take a rag and it just wipes off. Then I went over it with some ceramic, some kind of like a hybrid ceramic, just wipe on, wipe off real quick type of deal. I only did the front half of the car, guys. That's why the front half looks so good. It's actually a really pretty color, but I'm more of a red kind of guy myself. What do you think? What do you think of the new wheels, man? These things are in remarkably good condition. So much so, I'm almost willing to bet that maybe, possibly, maybe these were takeoffs when somebody else's Camaro was brand new. Or maybe they were stolen. I don't know. But I'm going to say they were probably takeoffs when somebody else's Camaro was brand new. I'm curious, are these Goodyear Eagle RSAs? Is there any chance these would have been the factory tires to come with one of these cars? A Trans Am, a Firebird, a Camaro back in the day? I am kind of curious. But I mean, seriously, take a look at these wheels. They look incredible. And surprisingly, the tires, there's no dry rot. These things were kept indoors. They're a little dirty. I did clean them up. Kind of did a little bit of a cleanup. Not much, but they didn't take much. I mean, these things, honestly, even the backside, the inside of the wheels, they don't look that bad. Normally, you know, if they had miles on them, these things would be disgusting inside. They're a little dirty, as you can see in there. But I mean, nothing that would leave you thinking these have high miles. I mean, look at this. The dirt just cleans right off with a rag. You can see my fingerprints in there. That's how easy that dirt and debris comes off. This is going to look so good, guys. I still think we need to paint it red. And for $200 on these wheels and tires, I think I got a great deal. The tires are rollers. They're good enough to move it around for now. I'll probably have to put some tires on it. We'll find out how much a set of tires is going to cost for this thing too. It's just one of those things where it just, you know, okay, we need struts, we need springs, we need shocks, we need tires. You know, we got to delete all this air suspension crap out of it. Where does it end? How much money is too much for an old 96 Z28 with almost 200,000 miles on the odometer? You know what I mean? Got the T-tops off, and surprisingly, the seals look to be in pretty damn good condition, guys. I was really impressed. T-tops came off super easy. Cool looking car. I mean, you just don't see things like this anymore. You know what I mean? You really don't see things like this anymore. This is probably one of the less desirable of the Camaros, but I still love it. This is one of my favorite generations. I just love the way the front end looks. If I take it down and get it painted, and that's a big if right now. If I take it down, decide to get it painted, I want to get it painted red, and I also want, where all this silver is, this should be black. Okay, factory, all of this inside of here would have been black, and I want that black. There's also a missing nose cone badge that should be on there as well. It should say Camaro, I think, with the red, white, and blue, and obviously black on there as well. You guys tell me what you think. Or is this one of those things where I should just throw some center caps and lug nuts, I got to buy the lug nuts, and just send it down the road? Because you know me, I tend to get carried away on some of this stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. These wheels are junk. Look how bent that is right there. These things are, I'll probably just throw them out on the road and let somebody come get them. I think this is going to be it for my video, guys. I'm going to have to get out of here. I need to get home. I need to edit. And, well, I maybe shouldn't even be telling you this, but I have that long-awaited appointment with the Used Motor Vehicle Commission tomorrow, which means by the time you see this video, well, I'll have already had my appointment, and a video will be coming telling you what they said, one way or another, what's going to happen. This is a big day coming up for me, because this could mean packing everything up, selling everything off, and moving to another state. For those of you that have been wondering how my health is doing, you may notice I sound a lot better, I feel a lot better. I've been on the medication for several days now, the anti-nausea medication and the acid-reducing medication. It's like it controls the acid pumps in my stomach or something. I don't know. I don't understand that kind of stuff, guys, but apparently it lowers the acid levels in my stomach. And I'm feeling a whole lot better. I did eat today. I ate 2 apple pastries. That's it. I ate 2 apple pastries and I had a couple Gatorades. That's all I've had to eat today, and it's like 10 o'clock at night. I don't have much of an appetite. That's probably not good, but you know, it is what it is. So if you're worried about my health, you were concerned and want to know what's going on, there's your little update. I appreciate you guys so much. And Rosh Hashanah, right? I probably shouldn't be working today, actually. I got to pay the bills, guys. I don't have a choice. I got to come out here and work because it's just the way it is. Listen, if you enjoy this content, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody, because we're going to come back in another video with the PT Cruiser. Oh, no, I did not. With the Chrysler Prowler. We're going to find out if the transmission is still stuck in limp mode, or if that thing is good to go as well. I've got a lot more videos coming, guys, and my 67 Camaro, it's supposed to be here like this week. Any day this week it should be here, so if it shows up, probably going to be a weekend video. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.